What does that award mean for you?
Gosh, it means I found it quite overwhelming, really, because when you hear, someone saying what you've done in your career, and part of me thinking, is that me? And then it's like, yes, that is me. Yeah. So it's and I guess with a lot of women, it's the same thing. We're very good at pushing others. Yeah, flying the flag for them, but we don't always do it for ourselves. So yeah, it was an unusual place to sit, but I decided that I'm going to sit there comfortably and be honoured by this honour.
You've achieved so much. We heard just a fraction of it. Is there a proudest moment in your life, whether it be personal, whatever, or in your work or anything?
I believe giving opportunities to people is really what I'm proudest of, and it's just a constant, really. It's a proudest time. Let me think about that. There's lots. There's many.
That's what I thought. Pin you down. Give me one without thinking about it.
I think being involved in an industry that I know exactly what it is. It's being a pioneer within an industry which didn't even exist. When I started at the beginning of the clubs, and then I was front of house for the clubs, which meant I picked who came in, who didn't come in. I promoted the clubs, would book the DJs, and so it became a huge industry, which was a big driver for the economy within England.
Would you mind giving a little bit of context for people who may not know?
Yeah. So my background is nightclubs. From the Camden Palace to Café de Paris, the Limelight Club.
You're a raver?
Onto the Ministry of Sound, and maybe I'm an orchestrator of the ravers. There you go. And then to the Egg nightclub. So and now I'm a therapist, and people say that's interesting. You become a therapist, but for me, it's a natural evolution of myself and my life's journey. Because I have that's what I bring to my therapy, is the fact is that I have this extensive life journey.
Wow, that's quite a shift. So what does that mean? What's next for you then? How are you going to develop this?
Well, in lots of ways I'm open to what's next. To be honest, that when I started off and I became, what I did when I was younger with the club scene, I didn't know then. So in some ways I'm just open to whatever's out there, really.
So we're here, it's a momentous time in history for the feminine spirit. What are your thoughts of this rising of the feminine, and what kind of world could it lead to?
I'm certainly for the rising of the feminine, but I would say that we have to do it collaboratively as well with our male allies. And I think that's hugely important. And definitely I'm one for wherever we can throw the ladder down and to pull someone else up, then I think that's something that we should be doing.
And if there's any women listening to this, what would be a message that you'd like to give to them?
That you can do it. You can achieve. When I was growing up, regardless of what you think of, whatever your political view is, or whether you believe in royalty or not, I had three very strong role models: the Queen, Margaret Thatcher, and Vivienne Westwood. And I think it's important that there are people out there, and that's why, in some ways, maybe I could step aside and not be quite so visual. In fact, I'm becoming more visual again, because I believe that people do need to see, women in particular, that they can do things. They can, they can be entrepreneurs. They can achieve, but also I would say to people, be mindful of what success means to you. It's not always about what the money is in the bank. It's, the quality of life and, the energy that you give out as well.
And maybe that's something this feminine energy can help us with, because we're kind of good at multitasking and balance.
Extraordinarily good at multitasking. Yes, yeah. I couldn't have put that better myself. Thank you.
And maybe we could have better balanced for the whole world until it's more.
Yeah, I would believe so. Yeah, and also that was one of the reasons that I worked so well in the industry that I was in, because when I was at the front of house, and obviously some people weren't, they were rejected to come into the club, but it was a softer approach having a female doing it. So
Wonderful. And what would, if you had 3 wishes, what would they be?
3 wishes. That's a curveball that I hadn't thought about. 3 wishes. Health for myself and everyone, because I think that's one of our biggest commodities. The other one is time. So my wish would be for people to use their time wisely. And the third wish, well, is always going to have to be for world peace, isn't it?